Hey, welcome everyone. This is another episode of Council Chat. I am Mayor Kel Palguda, and I want to welcome you. And I just want to just say, hey, we have a special guest, which I think has a great job, and it's Tim Yogerst.
Yes.
With the Prescott Valley Police Department Animal Control. So welcome, Tim.
Thank you.
Basically, the whole point of the Council Chat and what we do is just try to just let people know a little bit about what you do. They might not all know how the Animal Control Department works, how to get a hold of you, what your kind of day is like, and what happens to our furry friends. So how would you like to start us off?
I guess our phone number first.
Yeah.
You can call 772-5154, leave a message, or my direct line, 772-5180, and that will send an email straight to my phone.
Great. So let's talk about what you do with the town. So how many animal control officers do we have?
We strive to have three.
Three. Currently, I understand
we're training one and myself.
Okay. So basically, in a nutshell, if someone doesn't know what you do, can you kind of describe what the animal control or what the mission of the Animal Control Department is for Prescott Valley?
Yes, our mission is to keep the public safe from animals and the animals safe from the public.
So basically our furry friends are just as important as our two-legged citizens.
Yes, we are their voice.
Yes, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I just want to start off, I love animals. I love dogs, had them all my life, and they're important, you know, and important to, I'm sure you have pets.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What kind of pets do you have?
Let's see, 2 dogs, rabbit, guinea pig.
Nice.
Gecko.
All right.
I'm not allowed to bring any more home.
You're not allowed to bring any more home.
No.
So walk me through it. Like, we get a lot of different calls. You get a lot of different calls,
Yes.
whether it's like, say, someone has an issue with their neighbor's dog barking. How would they handle that?
So what they would do is the fastest way is to go to pvaz.net.
Okay.
And file a barking dog notification form.
Okay.
That sends it to all animal control officers, and then we try to make contact with that dog owner as soon as we receive that message.
Because dogs bark.
Yes.
It's understandable. It's just a concern when they're just constantly barking on hours and hours and hours, right?
Right, and we take it on a 3-step situation. As far as first time, we knock on their door, let them know your dogs are barking and,
sure.
and it's bothering people. Because a lot of times people are go to work and they don't realize their dogs are barking.
Right.
So we'll let them try to adjust. We ask, give them 72 hours, 3 days
sure.
To adjust. Then the second time, if another complaint comes in, it's usually a written warning to say whatever you're doing is not working.
Sure.
Step it up. And then the third time, it's a citation for disturbing the peace.
Gotcha. Okay. Would you say that's the majority of your calls, or what would you say your majority of your calls are?
Majority of our calls are dog at large.
Dog at large. Yeah. So let's talk about that.
Okay.
So someone, basically there's a dog running loose in the neighborhood, they'll call.
Right.
And be like, hey, there's a dog, doesn't look like there's an owner around.
Yes.
What can you do? So what do you end up?
So the first thing we do is we go find it.
Okay.
And hopefully, and then we try to catch it as far as using leashes and whatnot.
Right.
Once we do obtain it, if it has a collar, tags, if it has tags, we can contact the owner right away.
Sure.
If it has a chip, we have to put it in our truck, transport it, and make a phone call to that chip company, and then that chip company will tell us owner information. Then we'll contact the owner.
Okay.
And then we can give it back to the owner.
Gotcha.
The next option, if it doesn't have a collar, doesn't have anything to go on for owner information,
sure.
we have to take it to the Humane Society.
Gotcha. Because some people, like, their dog gets out. I'm sure they're maybe at work. They come home, they're like, oh my gosh, my dog's out.
Right.
So their probably first step is to probably call you, correct?
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
And then maybe the Humane Society after that.
Right.
And then otherwise they just start kind of looking for their dog.
Yes.
So there's been some questions about what kind of facilities we have, or what do we have? Do we have overnight facilities for dogs?
We do not have overnight facilities. We have temporary facilities. So on busy days, on days that I do catch a dog that has owner information and they're at work.
Yeah.
We put it out there.
Okay.
And then hopefully we can get the owner in contact with us, and then we can, reunite them.
Gotcha.
But
So the facilities itself, though, are temporary, and I've had a tour.
right.
And basically, it's just, for those of you, I'm sure you'll be able to see it, but it's just a concrete pad, fenced off with chain link fence.
Right.
Kind of has some blue tarp up to
Block
prevent
the wind and the cold, and hold in the heat from the heaters.
And then you have a heater inside.
yeah.
Okay. And again, that's just temporarily.
It's
there.
temporary for hours. I'm on call 24/7.
Gotcha.
And so after hours, when a patrol officer picks it up, fire department picks it up,
Sure.
or we have animals that get dropped off at the station.
Okay.
And then they leave.
Gotcha.
They're put in there until they can get a hold of one of animal control, and usually we're there within the hour.
So that was my next question. Like, on average, what do you think the amount of time that an animal spends at our facility before going to either the Humane Society or being picked up by their owner?
It's about 2 hours average.
You think about 2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours. And that's if I can't contact the owner. But usually when an owner is contacted, if it's 11 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
I usually tell them I stop holding animals at 1 o'clock.
Gotcha. And after that, they end up going.
Yes.
No, that makes total sense.
Right.
So that's pretty clear that we're not keeping the animals overnight. They're not. I mean, like you said, you're an animal lover. That's
Right.
why you do this job. And last thing you want to do is do something that's not appropriate for the
Absolutely.
animals. So, what else do we have other than dog at large calls? What other?
Well, we have animal cruelty calls.
Okay.
Last year, 2020, I had 248 animal cruelty calls.
248 animal cruelty calls.
Right.
And that's just maybe perhaps a neighbor calling saying, I don't know if this dog has water or food or
Right.
in bad
It
conditions.
falls in line with the law: food, shelter, water, and vet care.
Okay, gotcha. And I don't know if you know this number or not. How many calls for service do you think you've had in
Last year?
2020? Yes.
4,101.
4,101 animal-related calls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's between last year was 2 officers.
Was 2 officers. And you've been with the police department for a few years.
Yes.
Do you see that number going up? Do you see it maintaining? What do you see a trend?
It's going up with the population.
Sure. With that natural,
Yeah.
you have more people, more pets, more calls.
Yeah. And, unfortunately, the older houses get, the older their fences get. And
Sure.
the, wind, weather, whatnot.
And animals get out.
Yes.
Gotcha. If there was one thing you could tell the citizens of Prescott Valley about animal control or about them, how they take care of their pets, what would that message be?
First off would be licensing.
Okay.
Licensing does several things for the owner. It's kind of like carrying insurance in your car. If the animal does get out, I can return it.
Right?
Second, if the animal gets out and bites somebody, we can let that victim know that dog is vaccinated
Gotcha.
for rabies, which is a huge relief to somebody.
Sure. No, definitely.
Because if the dog is not licensed and I can't find an owner, that person then has to go get rabies shots.
Gotcha. So that's important.
Yes.
So how does someone get their animal registered?
It's really easy. All you have to do is have your vaccination records. If your dog is spayed or neutered, you need that documentation to prove that. And then it's pvaz.net,
Okay.
and it's done through pet data.
So they just go online. It's all online.
It's all online.
So no one comes down to the station.
Right, no more.
So it's just, and if they need help, I mean, I'm sure someone can contact you. You may be able
On
to
a
help
daily
them out
basis, I help them out.
and just let them know how to go about doing it. And some people
Yes.
aren't computer savvy and they might not be able to.
Right, and we have
that.
mail-in options as well.
Okay.
And all they have to do is come down to the PD, and we'll give them the mail-in.
And they can just ask for animal control. Any animal control officer can help them.
Yes, absolutely.
So as long as they're showing up between 8 and 5,
Right.
normal business hours, and then you can help them out.
Right.
Okay. So basically, they just get a hold of you. They can call you during regular hours. You can come out and maybe help them. I mean, they might call you and say, "Hey, this is what we're trying to do with our dog. Is this okay?"
Yes, and that's perfectly fine. Any questions with anything related to animals?
Sure.
All of us are pretty knowledgeable on animals.
Gotcha. And just for those people that don't know, are pigs allowed?
Pigs are not.
Pigs are not allowed. What else is not allowed?
Chickens,
No chickens,
roosters, cows, any
cows.
livestock.
no livestock in Prescott Valley at all.
No, the only places that are allowed is areas that have an acre plus.
If they have more than an acre,
Yes.
they can have those animals.
Yes, and there's only one part in Prescott Valley that has that.
There's one part over behind Fry's
Yeah.
and Lynx Mountain Estates or
Yes.
Lincoln
Yeah,
over
Lynx
there.
Estates. Yeah.
Lynx Estates. So if you want a horse, you have to go over there.
Right.
What if you lived in the center of town and you just happen to have a big 1 acre parcel?
It's a no-go.
No go. Only that area is behind Fry's.
It's grandfathered in.
Yes.
And the law completely states, city code, no swine in the incorporated.
Gotcha. And it only makes sense, folks. We can't have chickens and roosters, off a Robert Road.
No, and it's to protect the public from salmonella,
Okay.
and that's the reason why
Gotcha.
no chickens and no swine in there, because the small properties, you gather it on your shoes, bring it into your home,
Right.
and bring it to your children and yourselves.
No, that makes total sense. Have you ever had to get a pig
Yes,
in the town?
yes,
Well, that's a interesting day, right? You don't really expect to do that.
yeah. No, and most pigs aren't trained to sit, stay.
What do you mean? What do you mean pigs aren't trained to do tricks and stuff? No.
No, and picking up a 180-pound pig
Sure.
is not fun. They have a pretty hard bite.
Okay.
They can break bones.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
so
I mean, it's
picking them up was
not really something that you signed on for, though, right?
well, it's fun. It's
Right.
training.
Gotcha.
Luckily, I grew up on farms. I know how to deal with
Sure.
pigs and horses and things. But
And one more thing before we go, the animal control trucks that you drive around are the animals that go into the back, the dogs.
Mhm.
There's some sort of air system back there for them, or how does it work?
yes, actually, in the summertime,
Yes.
we actually have coolers in there.
Okay.
And then in the wintertime, all the vents get closed and it stays above freezing.
Yeah. No.
So-
So that is always some concern.
They're
People think it's
stainless.
hot.
They're stainless steel, and we do decontaminate
Great.
after every animal.
After every animal.
Yeah, we have to.
And then same with the holding areas.
Yes.
You still decontaminate that whole area so dogs
Yes.
aren't passing on parva or
Parvo, distemper, all that.
Gotcha.
It's all of our jobs to keep that down.
Sure. No, that makes total sense. So again, folks, if you have any questions for Tim, or if you want to maybe perhaps come and see a tour of the facility, you can always reach out to Tim over at the Prescott Valley Police Department. Show up between 8 and 5. Probably would like to make an appointment prior to showing up, but Tim is more than happy to answer any questions you have and kind of show you around to make sure that our furry friends are being taken care of. So Tim, any last few words?
Nope.
Hey, I appreciate you coming here. I know you're busy. I know just before we started taping, you said you were out getting a Rottweiler. So we're going to let you get back to work, and thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
So, folks, we'll see you around next time, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. So, thanks for joining us.